gentlemen, welcome to the very first, put your finger up, tell me first segment of Pure Motion right here on Islandish. This is going to be a segment where I'm popping up on my guests in their town, in their city, at their vibes. We are here at the London Cocktail Bar on, what street is it, Charlotte?
This is
the Charlotte Street.
Yeah.
Well, I know my roads.
I know you know that, but yeah, the Charlotte Street. I just have to make sure.
I use Google Maps to get
All right, yeah.
We are on Charlotte Street, and I'm here with none other than Mr. Mullerz International. Is it Stephan or Stephen? That's an important question.
It's Stephan.
It's Mr. Stephan. How are you, good sir?
I am great.
It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. Listen, I am elated. I ain't gonna lie.
You excited?
I always excited.
Cheers. Got a good sip.
Yes, and it's only apple juice with a nice lemon, rusted lemon, or whatever it's called, this lemon. Roasted or rusted, huh?
Amazing cocktails here at the London. I had their beef, rib, egg Benedict.
Oh!
Listen, I hear that was good.
Yeah, the food is good here.
It's really good.
Off the chain.
The menu is amazing.
Yes.
The drinks are refreshing.
Yes.
I'm having their bottomless mimosas. They have them for 2 hours for $50. I drink more than $50 worth of rum in 1 hour. So 2 hours, that's perfect. That's perfect for me. But this interview is all about you. So let's start off with the first question that I always ask. Let them know who you are, where you're from, and how you got into the business of not just comedy, but MCing, plays, entertainment in general.
All right, so my actual name, for those of you who must
don't know,
it's Stephan Lightbourne.
Okay.
All right. I go by the name of Mullerz International. A lot of people ask me how you get the name Mullerz. Well, if you like macaroni or spaghetti, the Mullerz in the white, blue, and red box.
Right.
Yeah, so I was named after that. I won't tell the back end story, but just know that I was nicknamed after the Mullerz spaghetti.
Okay.
Because I was long and hard, like tough. That's what because it had bready cut.
Okay, yeah.
See, I didn't want to tell the story because people just get the wrong perception. All right, so yeah, I hail from very beautiful island of Eleuthera, South Eleuthera.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up in humble beginnings. I graduated from Preston Aubrey, and then I moved to Nassau. This nice city. It's kind of rough when it's ready, but you know,
don't say nice.
It is. No. I say nice because there's a lot that we don't take advantage of in Nassau.
Okay.
Nassau is a very nice place. Yes, you have crime here, as every major, well, not major city, but every city where,
cities,
where you see like a bunch of mix-up personalities, so you would get that, you know. But other than that, I haven't encountered no big major problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as an adult. So it's been good. I actually moved back to Eleuthera right before the COVID to try to get a simpler life, and so I tried to escape the city, you know. But then even living on an island too is you have to get used to a lot of stuff. Your lifestyle has to be very different. You have to get used to the slow pace. You got to get used to things closing early and all that stuff. So I kind of like island boy, city man. So I have a mixture of both. You know, I can blend in both. And so I have one kid. I always have to shout out to my 10-year-old son. His name is Jaden.
Aww.
And so I've been a single father for like 10 years.
Okay.
Sorry, he's 10. I've been a single father for roughly 6 years. Just taking care of him, making sure he does his education. And so he just recently moved back with his mom. So, you know, just parenting and doing just life in. Now, how I got into entertainment.
I think that's a story in and of itself.
It is. I always did some form of acting. When I first went to COB, I joined the drama club, the first drama club they had there. And we did some little plays and stuff there, nothing too mainstream or big. But I always was caught up with movies and stuff like that. So I did theater first.
Okay.
Entertainment, where it came to hosting, I got my first hosting gig, I think my cousin's wedding. She was like, you have the personality, I'm not gonna hire anyone. So she said, get married.
Use your family, right.
Well, she used me, you know what I mean? They used me, they was like, because so I was always the family entertainer.
Okay.
So I would be the one who the family look up to, the life of the party. So
yeah, like man, if he coming, it can be fun.
Right.
Right.
They'd make sure I come. They're
Right.
making sure I attend all the family functions.
Okay.
Because I'm the one who could be loose on what I say without being too raunchy or whatever like that. But they know they could get a laugh out of me. So
Right.
I started off with family basically, and then a lot of people start seeing me. Gone to one of my family friends hiring me to do hosting. And so from there, it just escalated. I did some stuff with some local comedians and entertainers, doing the sport, some improv comedy. I did that at the Dundas.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, I did that for a couple of years. And then I got into, me and some of my college friends, we formed a production company called After 5 Productions, and we actually, a lot of people don't know this part, and I don't talk this story as much, but I'm glad I'm getting a chance to do it now.
Right.
But I got into production, so we produced the improv show one year.
Okay.
And so we was able to put it on channel, on cable TV.
Okay.
And so that was playing for a few years actually, so people got to see stuff like
Right.
that. After that, I came out of the acting world, came out of entertainment for a little while, you know, and I tried to just be like, live my life like there's a lot of stuff going on. Back here up to date is me being exposed to so much after the pandemic, especially with TikTok. I started posting TikTok videos during the pandemic, got a lot of likes and followers there. And then it was on a standstill at some point because I wasn't doing anything because life took hold of me again.
Yeah, life was life and
Now, right now, presently, I started doing a lot of work with Dasque. We started partnering in some projects, doing little spoof stuff and posting it, just getting off.
Right,
and then we became friends through work.
Right.
You know, and so our work relationship became a brotherhood. And so, a shout out to Dasque. Dasque really put me in certain places because he started blowing up so big where you know, he do it full time.
Right.
So he didn't have like a life. Not to say he don't have a life, right?
Right,
but
I know what you mean.
he didn't go through.
He had the balance too,
right.
professional
his
and
life
entrepreneurial.
was entertainment. Let me say it like that.
Yes,
and so
yes.
his entertainment became his life.
Right.
So that's all he could do. You know what I mean? And he have to do that because that's his life.
Right.
And so with me joining forces with people like Dasque and doing some work with some other comedians, it encouraged me more to put my personal life aside or try to make this part of my personal life.
Right.
And so now entertainment and comedy, first time doing comedy, by the way, shout out to him for that. He had his comedy special and it was my first time doing stand-up comedy.
Right.
And when we did it here at Miles Monroe Diplomat Center, I didn't have a script, I didn't write anything out, I just got on a stage for that 10 minutes
just do it.
and free flow it. And everyone was trying to figure out what my bit was going to be about.
Right.
I stood up there and talked about my humble beginnings and they ate it up.
Right.
And then so, you know, everyone, he got a sold out show, everyone begged him to do it again.
Yes.
And we did it again, and this time it was at Atlantis, like a bigger venue.
Right.
Right? And like more, well, not to say even more popular, but Atlantis, you know what I mean?
It's Atlantis, it's PI.
It's PI. So we did it there, sold out again. And everyone enjoyed that again. Like they was like they couldn't wait for me to see me, and I was like, "What do you mean me?" This, like, and Dasque was even shocked, and he was like,
"Yes,
bro, people asking about you. I didn't even watch your bit, but I was backstage, and I didn't even watch your bit, but everybody keep asking about you." And I was
like, boy, who that boy is?
Who that boy is, right? Like, I was
you know?
But see, where I wasn't doing it for so long, I wasn't doing it for years. People really don't know that I had a brand and I was doing this hosting thing. So that really elevated my brand. I love to wear my brand. This is my, actually did this logo myself. I designed the logo myself.
This is nice.
I even have
the
I just got a little ring and all I got made in this thing with the MI on it. Yeah, so I try to rep my brand everywhere I go.
That's the man, boy. They like to be fancy, they like to be nice, they like to be drippy. So
yeah, my brand also extends to sunglasses. I have I'm a retailer for just fashion shades that you can afford for men and women. And so Stay Shady is one of my other companies. So I became an entrepreneur. I got, my business is fully licensed. So I got 2 business licenses, one for my retail business, one for Mullerz International. So I do a lot of different stuff. Now, I don't know if you have any other questions, but I could. I know, because I feel like you just. Yeah, no, my story has been very long, so I try to sum it up. It's been a very long story about how I got to where I am now.
My question right now would definitely be, You're not full-time into entertainment and comedian, or are you full-time into entertainment and then you also do retail business, or do you have a mainstream job that brings main secure revenue every month?
Well, Yams, I can tell you this. Entertainment became my life now because my day job, I work for Season Keys. Shout out to Season Keys. Presently, I work for them. I host tours on the boat.
Okay,
so I'm the host.
Nice.
So I still do entertainment at work.
Right.
We do Swim with the Pigs and stuff like that. That's a free plug for you all, Season Keys. Okay. So we did do snorkeling and stuff like that. So I'm the one who facilitates the tours, be the entertainment, the bartender and stuff. And then so outside of that is my work. Now my job is very flexible. And I love my bosses for that because they understood who they hire and what. I mean, before the name became anything, they understood that I do entertainment. I have my side work.
Right.
So they allow me time to do my business.
Flexible.
So, very flexible. So my job gives me the freedom to take days off if I have a gig. Just let them know in advance if I have something or whatever, and they will make sure I can do my stuff and still squeeze me in to do, the job. So entertainment is very much full-time in my life. The Shades took, it didn't take a back burner, right? But because I can't balance all that, I do inventory and stuff. I do have an assistant. Shout out to Kia. Kia is my assistant presently. Yes, Kia is an awesome assistant, and she makes sure, listen, Kia makes sure everything is in place because my brain is everywhere, and people will be like, "Oh, you think you not you think you fancy, but oh, you fancy your assistant." But trust me, I needed my life. Like I need someone in my life to organize me because I'm everywhere. You know that in my brain, I all over the place. So basically, we try to do both. I try to do the retail business full time, try to do the entertainment, but the entertainment has definitely taken over my life, and this is my life now. Mainstream. I'll put entertainment or what I do, Mullerz International, before anything else.
Okay. I love that.
Other than my son and God. Other than my son and God. You put that in there. Yeah.
That's why I'm at Islandish as well. It's like, I love all the other work I do, all the other clients, the other brand gigs and things that I do, but Islandish always have to come first.
Yes, you.
And that's just,
because
people will respect that too.
No, that's yours.
Right.
Other people's job is their job. You work for them. When they decide that they don't need you,
or you have their budget,
whatever
or
it is,
making a shift.
Whatever it is.
Right.
If you're no longer there, then where would you be? And a lot of people struggle with that because not knocking people who I'll use an example like hotels. A lot of hotel workers, they do hospitality, but if they lose that job, they really don't have nothing to stand on. I ain't knocking no hotel worker, but that's just an example. Some people go on jobs and that's the only thing they do. And I try to get people to, like, we have this freedom in the Bahamas where you can do your own thing if you have the talent.
If you have the talent.
Let your talent, listen, if anything I learned through all this years, let your talent make you your money. Let your talent be a part of your life and a major part of your life. Because for me, when I lost my job, I was trying to struggle to do what I do, right? Now I'm so comfortable in doing what I do, especially like I say, being put on and people recognizing the brand and recognizing me, that if I do happen to not work for my main job anymore, Mullerz International can go full time.
I have something I could fall into.
That's funny. And this
we just see, that's why I love the randomness. We got some people walking around here in pajamas.
Yes, babe.
And like, it's just the things you can see that can add to the
right here on the road, that was funny. It took my attention.
I was like, oh no, they wear pajamas. And there's like about 8 of them just watching, like pure air. Like Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, eh? But entertainment. If you have a craft, if you have whatever you do, and you're good at it, and people can recognize that you're good at it, let that make your money. Let that be your life. Because at the end of the day, stand on that. That's yours. And you just like how I can give someone a job, like how I have my assistant. She has a full-time job, but she also has a second income, and I make sure she's straight every week, and she makes her commission off bookings. She does all my work, and she does it, and so. Being in a place where you can even hire people, you know what I mean, or whatever like that, and you be the boss, that's really a boss life.
The thing is that you ministering to me without even ministering to me.
That's part of what I do too.
I've been so fearful of like, wait, I don't know if I want to hire an assistant because anyone can take care of your baby like you. That's been my fear. But I'm getting to the point, like you say, where it's like, boy, my mind's so all over the place.
Free your mind.
I need someone to just be able to handle this. You know what I mean?
Free it.
Like, and just have that faith and trust. But if you're interested in up Islandish 242, if you're looking for a job and you're willing to do work.
Listen, guess what I did my interviews? I sat down, you
with
have
all
to
of them,
interview people. Man, I sat down and I did half day or almost a full day of interviews.
Yeah.
And I really, you write out your questions.
Right.
You let people know your brand and let them know that you know your brand.
Yeah, what you
let them know
expect,
how much you respect your brand. And listen, I know I'm a psycho. Let me tell you I'm a psycho.
I want to hear this.
I wrote out a 7-page contract for my assistant to sign. We read it together. We had a meeting just for after I hired her. We had a meeting so that she can read through, just for her to read through and understand every section we reached. I asked if she understood, and if there's any changes, let me know. I thoroughly let her know how important, so she knows how important the brand is. I put in all the clauses and everything like that, so I protect the brand. But you also hire persons that you're comfortable with or you feel like you have a vibe with. It also goes with a vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the energy,
If that person really values what you do and they offer this and they ain't just doing it for the money, because trust me, Kia ain't doing it for the money. Kia, you still get a pay raise. She makes good money, mind you.
Right.
But she ain't doing it for the money because the work she does, I can't pay her for that. Like, I really can't pay her for that. And she has no complaints. And I was like, yeah, this is your starting pay. And I was like, you really comfortable for that for true? I was like,
well, buy that.
Okay.
Let's go.
I thought you was going to tell me I cheap, but I mean, no man. She don't never do the job and say, oh, I only getting paid this. No.
Right.
She sees my brand.
Right.
She takes care of my brand.
And there are some gems in the Bahamas who are like that. The people that just have good work ethic.
My brand. So when you find that person, I was afraid too, babe. I was like, how I gonna pay this person? But when I realized, I didn't know how I was gonna pay. I ain't gonna lie, that's why I started so low. And so I was like, and I can be frank about it, like, most of our money comes off commission and booking. So that's how you start off people sometimes.
Right. That's so the best way to do it sometimes.
When they put in the work, they can see the rewards.
Right.
You understand? So definitely find someone, even if you have to say, well, I can pay you a certain amount of money for a gig or whatever, if you come out, whatever you pay, and let them know that. Let them be truthful with it. And just go for it. Go for it. If you have too much on your brain, offload that and put that on somebody. Can't have half of my brain right now. Here's my brain.
I like the business side of this conversation, but let's not switch back into the entertainment side of it. So let's talk a little bit more about what was your first gig that you ever did under the Mullerz International brand.
All right, so I also own a podcast, Yams.
Okay.
It's called Trouble Talk 242.
Okay.
Shout out to Trouble Talk. I didn't talk about that at all yet. I did 10 seasons of Trouble Talk.
Okay.
I was early this year, I stopped my 10 seasons. I had a guest on every show, local or entertainers like Bloody, Fan Sean, Miss Daisy, Dynamite Daisy. I've had Tasquay of been the finale of must be the last 3 seasons, you know, and entertainers and stuff like that. I had and even educators. I had an MP on, 2 MPs on. Like I try to get different aspects of people on the podcast. So I basically did that, and that started off Mullerz International brand. Matter of fact, it was just Mullerz, right?
Okay.
The International came in when one of my co-hosts from the podcast, she was also a business assistant. So she helps get business licenses and stuff like that. She's a JP. And so when she was putting in for the business license, she put International on the end of my name. And she told me about it. She said, I didn't want to put Mullerz because Mullerz didn't sound like just businessy. So I put Mullerz International for it to sound richer. And from she gave me that name, it stuck. And so I said, people, hey, don't forget the International. When I created my logo.
That INTL, don't forget that.
When I created my logo, don't forget that INTL, okay? Because I go in places. And even though I've done just very few international stuff, nothing to really talk about, I am doing a lot of inter-island stuff. I've been to Sinsal, I've done work in Sinsal. Matter of fact, I just got booked to go back to Sinsal.
Love that, I love Sinsal. I ain't gonna lie.
First time going there a couple of weeks ago. Loved it. They love me. They hired me back. I went since I think the week before I came to Freeport.
Okay.
So doing a comedy show in Freeport, so I was just like island.
I ain't gonna lie, I tell them already, I eat that up. They
Stop.
Num. They eat them up on that stage right there, the Regency Theater in Freeport, Grand Bahama. They eat it up. You are like, I ain't gonna lie, and the news be like, oh, I don't have no paper, I don't fly, you just wing it. But there is some props. So you telling me you
so let me tell you, watch this.
but you got props.
This is so funny. And I know that was going to come one.
Right.
I explained it to somebody before. Actually 2 nights ago, I explained to somebody. I just hopped. The soap prop came from the guy who hosts. What is his name? Oh man, come on, give me his name.
Evan.
Shout out to Evan. Tremaine.
Yes.
It's Tremaine. Shout out to Tremaine. Tremaine, I said, but I left my soap. The joke with the soap. He said, but I have a use soap for you, but it's small. I can bring it for you. Because he saw my bit inside now. So I did that bit already. And let me tell you how I got that bit. That wasn't really planned.
Right.
Before I left to go to the comedy show, when I was getting ready to go to the comedy show, I had that idea to bring those props. This is when we did it in Atlantis.
Right, okay.
So the toothpaste bit with the toothpaste running out, the small soap and all that happened right before I left the door.
Okay.
And so I did that bit. That's how I ended up with those props. That wasn't nothing I was practicing for weeks. I didn't even know how I was going to deliver the joke.
Right.
I just put them in my bag and said, I can make a joke on the struggle or how I grow. I serious. And so even when I did it in Freeport, it still wasn't the exact same joke.
Right. You did it different.
I still did it different when I did it on stage.
Right.
So it seemed like, oh no, but he had to record. No, I did not rehearse that. I was around. I only brought the toothpaste there. Tremaine helped me with the soap and
it is what it is.
Yeah, it still came from the top of my head. I still had to figure out how to deliver the joke. And it worked.
I love it. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit more about you stepping into entrepreneurship. So what actually gave you that push to become an entrepreneur? Because you say you have a job, you had jobs or whatever, didn't have a job for a time period and then you pivoted. So what exactly caused you to have this push into entrepreneurship?
Okay, so I have always wanted to own my own businesses. Okay. I have always wanted to be in a leadership position on jobs or whatever. Even as a subordinate on whoever job I was on, I used to work at different places like the airport and whatever else like that, all kind of different places. And I was always the regular worker who would make sure everybody doing their job. Not to be bossy or try to act like the supervisor.
No, right.
But the whole people up to their standard.
Accountable.
Especially, whole people accountable, especially like when I love doing customer service. I feel like if I doing it at this level, and I meet you there, you should do it at the level I do it at or greater. Mm-hmm. And if you just came in, I have to set a good example, so I definitely got to do it at a level. So for me doing that, I have an in-charge type mentality. I like to be in charge of my surroundings. I like to put things in, and not, like I say, not in a negative way. I just like things to be in order, and I like things to go according to what makes sense.
Right.
And so I try to make sense on everything I do. With doing that, it got me into being my own boss because I've been in plenty jobs where I had to either quit or I rarely was laid off, but I had to either quit because I don't see myself like people valuing what I do on the job.
That's what you bring in on the table.
Right, and so for me to take a hold on your job and do it at this level and not even just recognized, but
compensated. And almost be like, but y'all didn't even care I'm doing all of this.
Yeah, that's
trying to boost y'all up.
Right.
And y'all telling me chill up.
Right.
Or y'all like trying to like fight me and I trying to make this great.
But it ain't even, watch this, it ain't even so on a negative level, it's just so on a level where, why am I doing it? It's almost like a self thing more than just fighting against a company.
Okay, that's a good perspective.
I love the jobs most of the jobs I was on, especially for a good while, I have a good relationship with. I hardly have any bad relationship with any major job I've been on. This just me being a person where, why am I doing this so much for this person when you could be doing it for yourself? Why am I taking control of someone else's job when you could have your own job? So it's all about me having my own personal battle in my head where you have a lot of talent, you could own your own stuff. So I started printing shirts at one point. I used to print shirts I did a lot of different stuff, even with my shades business. I used to buy a lot of shades, expensive shades, cheap shades. Like, why you don't just go order shades and go sell shades?
Yes, sir.
So I did my own brand called Stay Shady. And I soon started branding my shades, but for right now, like I say, I'm a retailer. So I started bringing in shades and just selling them.
So now let's get into more of your development as a comedian, different things that you offer in terms of in Mullerz International, because most people know about either the comedy or the emceeing. Is there anything that they don't know about, or things that you want to go more in depth about, or things that you see yourself doing in the future?
Okay, so I don't have a lot of long-term goals.
Okay.
I will start with that. After I reach a tender age of 35,
tender age.
I'm now 40.
I don't think 35 is a tender age, and 40, after 35 you ain't tender no more. After 35 you're seasoned, you're right. You're ready for the fryer.
Let me say this then.
Okay.
I don't have any long-term goals. Everything that I want to do it in the next 3 years.
Okay.
And so basically, I'm stepping back into theater in a different realm. This is my first play that I wrote and I'm directing. It's called Reindeer Tales. It's going to be at the University of the Bahamas Theater, January 17th and 18th, 2025. And I'm definitely getting into writing plays. So this will be the first one. People already start buying VIP tickets, so they already anticipating they already see the plot of it and start anticipating coming to it and it being a good show. So I see myself doing more theater. My entertainment, I do wedding receptions, birthday parties. I was busy this season with corporate parties.
Yes,
I do like 2 per day every weekend or something like that. Like, it's been very busy, it's very good. So I do almost any form of, the only thing I don't do is like funeral stuff. And
I don't think people they don't need MC for
I just throw it out there just in case someone will get crazy. Say, yeah, we want you for a funeral, like be a mourner or something.
Yeah.
I know they're professional mourners, no, I me. And then kids parties, I have to know how old your kids are because I'm not gonna dress up in a costume one. And I can't do the daycare thing. Yeah, I can't.
Say the daycare thing.
Yeah.
No, because as someone who has MC children's parties, it's a bit different. The tempo and the vibe and the energy of it. It's more so in terms of they need someone who has games.
Yes.
So if you're not a games, I'm a games MC.
But I am
That's
too. Because so while you mentioning that,
yes,
these things,
like I said, let's talk about it. People don't know.
I host game night at Johnny's. Johnny's on Carpen Road. Every Wednesday night we have game night. Of course, we close for the Christmas and the New Year's, which falls on Wednesday.
Right.
So we close for the next 2 weeks on Wednesday, that is. But other than that, I do like games, but these are more adult games.
Right. That's the difference.
Facilitating kids' games is okay. Just expect crying. Right? And I think that's the most you can expect from kids. Adults, I think, is more difficult, actually, because competitive adults are way worse than crying kids. Competitive
competitive adults, they can try to fight you.
That's the difference. Fight each other and you don't rob them. See, little children, you can tell, they ain't gonna tell you, oh, you cheat. They may say the other team cheat.
Right.
But if you already say, hey, that's the rules, and I go like that,
then that's like adults. No, you cheating.
No,
who you know? Who you juicing? I've heard it all. I've heard it all.
So it is more difficult, but I rather deal with adults because I could basically put them in their place. You know what I mean? Don't bother that.
Me as an MC, I love game nights. Especially family game nights.
Yeah, game nights.
I like corporate events too, but I also like meaningful events. You know, if someone about to retire.
Oh yes.
You know, a retirement
or a very special birthday, like an 80s birthday or 75.
It's really significant, you know.
Yeah, I like
that. When it's deep like that, you just get to hear more about the client.
Yes.
And you probably didn't know about them, right? So it makes it more fun and captivating.
I like that.
But talking with you more and now trying to dive more into you as a person.
Yes.
You said you don't have long-term goals like that.
I have one.
Okay, good. I know we had
at least one. It ain't long-term. This is still kind of short-term because within the next 5 years, I'm planning on opening up a theater myself. Like I said, getting into theater. So after a few of these plays, I could go right into writing another one as soon as January come in.
Okay.
I'm going to write a next play. I'm probably going to do
Hold
at
on,
least...
it's the Reindeer Tales, right?
Reindeer Tales.
Is that your first play
This is
you
my
wrote?
first play that I've written.
I love that.
Myself from top to bottom, no ChatGPT, no nothing. Off the cuff, off my
the
brain.
top.
And I'll tell you a small bit about it so you could know.
Yeah, because
So
I'd love to
basically,
hear more about that process.
Santa was arrested on multiple charges, and so he was pimped off. So an anonymous tip got Santa arrested, and so the story is a fictional story about the reindeers being investigated. So you have two investigators, two investigating rooms, and you have these reindeers, Mrs. Claus, and also the head of the toy store, the toy workshop, being investigated. All of the reindeers have their own characteristics. So it's not like, it's almost like watching something like, well, Lord of the Rings or anything like that, where everything, like humans and elves and things live alike. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't look at a reindeer as a reindeer. They're just a different, let's say they're a different race.
This is so funny.
Right? So reindeer are just a different race. Elves are a different race. Humans are a different race. But all of them have their own personality.
Right.
Yet still are reindeers, you know, as in, I still am one of Santa's reindeers. So they have their own personalities. All of them don't like Santa Claus. Let's put it out there. But they need him. So no one is really trying to incriminate him or keep him in jail. He's already been arrested, but he hasn't been in a big slammer yet. So
Yeah,
they're trying to save he in holding. So
Right,
they're trying
he in
to save him from coming out of
I
holding.
sound like a criminal because I know exactly what.
Right, yeah, everything cool. Yeah, so they haven't been holding cell. They put him in up in the
Right,
box
he ain't get sent up yet.
He ain't get sent up
He
yet.
on the free ride. He in holding.
So he in
Right.
holding. So basically they're trying to get him out. And this was supposed to happen for Christmas, but I said the way the story lines up, it didn't matter whether it was before or after Christmas.
Yeah.
So I didn't make it about Christmas. I just made it about the North Pole.
Actually, doing it after Christmas, like, oh, he already commit the crime. So it's post-crime.
Bam.
So doing it after.
Post-Christmas, right.
Right, makes it more like, oh, that's
This
what
was happened outside
Right.
of Christmas.
Right.
A lot of crap has happened outside
Right,
of Christmas.
right,
So
right.
yeah, so
I
you
like
have
that.
people, listen, the main part of this play is the characteristics of the reindeers.
Okay.
Vixen, look out for that. Those of you going to watch it.
Listen,
Vixen
I
is the
feel like I
character
need
to
to come
see.
back now. So for this.
You need to. Vixen is the character to see. And when you come, hit me up. I got you. I got a ticket for you.
This. We coming for this.
It's Friday and Saturday, 17 and 18. So whichever night you want to come.
I coming out too.
No problem. I got you. All right. And Vixen is one you would really need to see. Cupid so much. Rudolph, yeah. But Vixen, between Vixen, Comet, and Mrs. Claus, and the elf, definitely the head elf. Come and see. Santa Claus is not in the play. He's in holding. So he's not in the play.
Right. He ain't get no camera
the story
time.
is only about Santa.
Right.
So Reindeer Tales is one of my big projects. It's definitely becoming a success already. People are buying VIP tickets. I had shout out to, but I won't say this. Shout out to Pia Glover Roll.
Yeah, Pia is an
bought-
amazing woman.
I can't even tell you how much tickets Pia bought, but just let's say Pia bought almost 24 tickets.
Wow.
VIP tickets.
Wow. I love that.
And she was the first person who bought these tickets as soon as they came out. And so for that, I just wanted to shout it out to show an example. You know what I mean? I won't, low play anybody else, but
No, right.
I have a lot of supporters who anything I put my hands on, they willing to come and see.
Right.
And that's what I love about, like I say, being put on or my brand being elevated. Because as soon as the name come out there, they know it's something either funny or clean.
Right.
I don't do too much raunchy stuff. You know what I mean? I try to keep it clean so that everyone can see it.
Right.
Well, of course, this one is rated R. Well, in the Bahamas, it's rated C because it's 18 and over.
Right.
I got it officially rated. I didn't even know that you have to get your stuff.
Yes, you have to get your stuff ready.
So I found out about that. Shout out to Miss Daisy who gave me that little plug.
Yes.
that
You have to do like a soft showing or have to submit your
Not even that
script.
you have to submit the script. So
Submit
I did
your
that.
script.
And so they gave me the same rating I already had on it because I already rated it myself. But
Right.
officially, it's the same
Yeah,
rating.
you have to get it officially rated if you want to be in certain boxes.
Yeah, so it's rated C.
Yes.
It's not for kids. Not because it has adult language. It has adult language, but it's not like it has explicit language. Let's say like that. Some of it, not a lot.
It's the context.
And the context of the whole thing.
Context.
You don't
it's
want
not just
kids,
like, oh yeah, you just
but not even when you have the storyline.
Yeah,
it
the
ain't for
context
kids
of the
because you don't want
storyline
people to believe, like children who believe in Santa, you don't want to get them twisted in the brain. Because it's a twisted story, all right? It is a twisted story. The fact that Santa being arrested.
He gets me more anxious in this as he talks about it. I'm getting more anxious.
Yeah, no, you need to come see it. But yes, definitely opening up a theater. Back to that. That's one of the.
And it's showing at.
This one is showing at UB, University of Bahamas
Or
Theater.
PAC at the park.
At which park?
We call it the PAC, the Performing Arts Center.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. Nice.
That's the acronym. Performing Arts Center, the park. Yeah, I went to the school.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, now you know.
Oh, yeah,
you can say it's short in the commercials. Like, man, we at the UB, we can be in the park.
Yeah, we in the park. Yeah.
Hey.
I can say it like I know it a long time, man. We could be in the park.
Yeah, we be in the park.
You know the park, yeah?
You ain't in the know.
Come on, man. But yeah, it's definitely going to be showing there. And I'm trying to find somewhere I can open up this theater. I've looked around. I started looking around already.
Okay.
So this is literally going to happen, and I'm speaking it to happen in the next 3 years.
I think you should look, and this is just me speaking into you and speaking into your life.
Let's do it.
Somewhere downtown.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't have to be Main Street, Bay Street. I ain't gotta say it gotta be on West Bay.
But it gotta be in a central location.
Right. Whereas like people on PI, it's like in terms of like directions, in terms of like being able to get there, being able to get trans, not having to pay like $200 to get to the Dundas. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
So, and because I feel like y'all have a lot of like, y'all have at least like 2-3 theaters right here already. Y'all have the Dundas.
We have the
Y'all have the PAC.
Well, the Dundas is trying to come back.
Okay.
Because they don't use the main theater right now. As of right now, they're trying to get back to rebuilding the main theater.
Okay.
But they do use the black box.
Yes.
So I think they're doing like a fundraiser, or they do a lot of current, frequent activity there.
Okay.
To try to get the big theater back. But we have that, and then you have UB.
Right.
A lot of people start using community centers. Then you have St. John's Auditorium.
St. John's Auditorium.
That's where Miss Daisy
having a play. You have 4 walks. Or 4 squares, what are they called?
4 squares. Well, yeah.
I don't mean in terms of like a full-blown theater.
I got you though,
but
you have places
like that.
Yes, yes, you do have those places like that. Not to water them down, but
no, like you could put a lot in there.
So I'm trying to open up a theater that could hold at least 500 people.
I know you dumb that number down. Reach for the limit, but
I was gonna say 1,200.
Right. That's what we going for. That's the limit. So you have to speak it.
If I will speak the limit.
Speak
1,200. If I can get 500, that'll be a small theater. But I think why I said 500 is because I also want it to be a place where people can do events. So you can rent a hall there.
Right.
There's a lot of people who do, like how I host wedding receptions.
Yes.
That could be an extra place you could come and do a wedding reception as well.
Understood.
And so probably a little small studio or a nice little studio for people who want to do some recording.
Right,
like if you want to do your podcast and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to the North Pole, a mythical place.
Where humans, animals, and elves reside and live commonly with one another.
But imagine something drastic happening by the North Pole. Like an elf being kidnapped.
What if Santa got arrested for charges like
assault,
breaking and entering, DUI? No. FUI. Flying under the influence.
Let's add to the drama. What if he was allegedly having an affair
with a reindeer?
Vixen?
Vixen.
You know, Vixen, that's a movie. A little sweet job.
What if her and Mrs. Claus are rivals?
How about each deer having their own personality?
Comet? Gotta be a Bahamian there. Like a skirt on, mate.
Blitzen. But he is a guy all the time.
Donna, all fat and greedy.
Dancing and Prancer related. Siblings. Twins.
Definitely twins.
Rudolph.
Actually a female and ain't no one on her run.
Cupid gotta be like
Like a hippie. Like everything just like mellow.
But let's throw an elf in there. The lead elf of a toy workshop. One panicky elf.
Mrs. Claus, she ain't old and raggedy. She old and pretty. Cause she gotta keep up with Vixen.
Let's just say they're being investigated and they trying to clear Santa's name.
But did Santa ever get out?
And with all the drama between the characters and the detectives, I know there's gonna be a plot twist.